The chances of earning an acceptance to Yale College are slim, and with each year, they only worsen. Only 7.5% of those who applied to the Yale class of 2013 were admitted, marking the lowest acceptance rate in Yale history and one of the lowest rates of any college in the country. This figure is daunting, particularly because it is less than half of the acceptance rate from just 9 years ago. If you look at the trajectory of Yale's acceptance rate over the past 30 years, it is apparent that it has dropped significantly in the past decade. Before that, the rate was relatively flat, usually falling between about 17 and 22%. Looking at the reasons for this change, a major factor is the expanding number of applications the university has been receiving. This year, 26,003 students applied to Yale, compared to less than 13,000 in the year 2000. While it may seem surprising that students are applying despite low chances of acceptance, there are identifiable reasons for the increase in Yale applications. In a recent interview, Dean of Admissions Jeff Brunzel said there are several principal factors behind the change in Yale's acceptance rate. First, there is a growing number of students who are applying to more and more colleges. Second, awareness of Yale's financial aid program is growing. Third, Brunzel said many students now seek to apply to schools that seem prestigious, often scrutinizing rankings by organizations like U.S. News & World Report, which has routinely dubbed Yale the number 3 school in the country in its annual rankings. And, lastly, Brunzel mentioned that more and more students are aware of Yale and the strength of its undergraduate program. Brunzel noted that Yale's admit rate has been falling not only because more people are applying, but also because less people are being admitted. Since the mid-90s, more admitted students have decided to matriculate to Yale, forcing the university to decrease the total number of admitted students. In 1995, Yale accepted more than 2,500 students, whereas this past year, just 1,958 students were accepted to Yale, 1,307 of whom decided to attend. But the question remains, will this acceptance rate continue to fall? Recent interviews with 14 different college counselors and experts indicated that the number of applications to Yale is unlikely to drop, given the proliferation of the Common Application and the growing trend among high schoolers to apply to many different colleges. Additionally, Yale has used new recruitment tactics across the country. Brunzel said the college is trying to reach out to high school students who otherwise may not have considered Yale, such as highly qualified low-income students and strong science and engineering students. Despite these predictions, admissions experts realize that these figures go through frequent shifts, often fluctuating from year to year. Future Yale applicants will also be glad to know that there will eventually be room for an additional 200 or so students in each incoming freshman class, thanks to the planned expansion of Yale's residential colleges. And, as many admissions officers will say, if you don't apply, your chances are 0. For the Yale Daily News, I'm Raymond Carlson.